Your date really canceled on you? Charlotte tousled her hair flirtatiously. Well, I've been dying to see that movie. Why don't you take me instead? Aiden looked over at Charlotte, who had just picked him up in her car. He hesitated for a moment, not sure how to respond. Charlotte blinked. What's wrong? Is someone else on your mind? Aiden shook his head. No, that sounds great. I'd love to take you to the movies. I just have a meeting this afternoon with someone at Digicorp, but I'm free after that. Charlotte smirked. I know. Aiden raised an eyebrow. What do you mean you know? Your appointment is with me. Wait, Aiden's head was spinning. You work for Digicorp? Charlotte nodded. Yes, it's my company. Well, great, Aiden said, once he had recovered from the surprise. I guess you really do have a job. Let's meet at my office, and then we'll go out to the movie after. How does that sound? That sounds great to me. Charlotte blushed slightly. Charlotte drove Aiden back to SafeTech, dropping him off out front. As he stepped out of the car, Charlotte waved at him. I'll see you later at our meeting. Looking forward to it. She smiled flirtatiously, speeding off. Aiden waved goodbye. Suddenly, Aiden's Tiger Group phone rang with a call from Derek Klein. Aiden smirked to himself. Let's let him stew a little bit longer. He declined the call and headed inside the office. When he stepped out of the elevator, Tina approached him, clutching a handful of files and paperwork. Good morning, Aiden. Give me the updates, Tina. They walked and talked as they headed for his office. Well, first things first. The people at Laurel's Collective wanted to speak to you today. Should I pencil them in for 4 p.m.? Aiden shook his head. No, I'm busy today. Try tomorrow. As he entered his office, his phone rang with another call from Derek. He declined the call again, smirking, and sat down at his desk. Tina sat down across from him. I'm meeting with Charlotte from Digicorp today at 3, so I need you to pull our financials so I can present them to her. Plus, I'll need our latest inventory numbers. How did we do with our last batch of cameras? Tina shook her head, dejected. A little bit slower than we had hoped. We only managed to produce 10 cameras yesterday. Aiden grimaced. Okay. Do whatever you can to get production to speed things up. We need to be producing at least double that. Tina nodded. Very good, sir. She left, returning to her desk outside his office. Aiden's phone rang again. He looked down at Derek's name on the screen and rolled his eyes. I guess I've left him in suspense long enough. Finally, he picked up the phone, switching on the voice modulator. Hello, Derek. Derek's stammering voice came through on the other end of the phone. How did you know it was me? Aiden chuckled. Maximilian told me to expect your call. Right. Derek continued stammering, barely holding it together. Well, Tiger, sir, I'm sorry to have to call you directly, but I wanted to talk to you about the shares that the Tiger Group has pulled from Daring Industries. You see, Maximilian told me. Was Maximilian not clear on your instructions? Aiden interrupted him, assuming a brooding air. If you want to stay afloat, I'm afraid you're going to have to buy those shares back yourself. Derek tried again. Look, sir, I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Whatever I did to make the Tiger Group angry, I want to fix it. Please, can we just meet in person and talk this through? Aiden shook his head. No, I'm afraid that won't be possible, Derek. Derek fell silent for a moment. Aiden stood up, pacing back and forth in his office. I'm afraid the only way to get things back on track between Daring and the Tiger Group is to buy back those shares within 2 weeks. If you can't cough up the funds by then I'm afraid we have nothing left to discuss. Derek continued stammering. But please, sir, you don't understand. Getting those funds together in such a short amount of time is going to be, well, nearly impossible. If we could just have a little more time. No, Aiden interrupted him. That's not an option. You want to stay in business? This is what it takes. Aiden smirked for a moment before continuing. I also happen to know that you're in business with a man named Craig, who also has a vested stake in the company. Is that correct? Derek faltered. What? How could you know that? We make it our business to know everything in the Tiger Group, Derek. Aiden sneered. If the two of you can't find a way to buy back your shares of the company, then I'm afraid there's nothing we can do. Good luck, Mr. Klein. You're going to need it. Derek tried to interject. But... Sorry, Derek. Aiden snickered. It's just business. He hung up. On the other end of the phone, Derek's jaw dropped. The Tiger had just hung up with him, and he had no idea what to do. Shit! Derek slammed his phone down on his desk, his pulse racing. There was a knock at his office door. Whoever it is, you can go to hell! Get out of here! Vanessa entered the office, clutching a clipboard. Derek, it's me. What's wrong? Derek shook his head. I can't tell you that. You're my assistant now. It's confidential. Vanessa sat down across from him. Well, I came to remind you that you have an appointment in an hour with... Cancel it! Derek snapped at her, venom in his voice. Vanessa's eyes were wide. Okay, well, Shane Stone is also here to see you. Derek glanced up at her, his eyes wide. Shane Stone? From Stone Co. He actually accepted my invitation? She nodded. Yes. Should I send him in? Derek collected himself, adjusting his tie and wiping sweat from his brow. Yes, send him in. Hold my calls. Vanessa nodded, leaving the office. After a few moments, she returned with Shane Stone, who strutted into the office, sitting down and kicking his feet up on Derek's desk. Shane clicked his tongue. Well, Derek, you look like shit. How's business? Derek exhaled sharply. Not good, Shane. Not good. What's going on? It's the Tiger. He's pulled 70% of his shares out of Daring Industries. Shane sat upright in his chair, pulling his feet off the desk. What? Derek nodded. Now I have to buy them back in the next 2 weeks, or Daring Industries is bankrupt. Shane fell silent as Derek continued. That's why I've called you here. I was hoping that maybe you and Stone Co. could help. I need a loan. Just a temporary one. I promise I'll pay you back as soon as I can. But unless I get enough money from you to buy back my shares, I'm finished. Shane shook his head. I'm sorry, Derek. I wish I could help you. I really do, but... Don't tell me you don't have the money. Derek interrupted him, staring him down. Your family is richer than God. You have to help me, Shane, please. I can't. Shane stood up, pacing back and forth. My grandfather made Ava the CEO of Stone Co. now. I can't dip into our accounts without her permission. Derek's jaw dropped. What? I thought you said you fixed it so that you'd be in charge. I thought you said she had to marry Aiden Callahan and was on the outs with your grandfather. Shane nodded. I did. She was, but then something changed. I'm not sure how they managed to convince him, but I swear, I'll do whatever it takes to take back control of Stone Co. for my sister and Aiden Callahan. Mark my words. With that, Shane exited the office. Derek nodded, repeating Shane's words. Whatever it takes. He watched Shane leave, a vengeful glare in his eyes. Meanwhile, Aiden was busy reviewing Safetech's financials ahead of his meeting with Charlotte. Tina entered his office, dropping off one more set of files. Here are the inventory numbers you've requested, sir. He nodded. Thank you, Tina. Will you let me know the moment Charlotte arrives for our meeting? She nodded, lingering in the office for a moment. Aiden glanced up at her. Sorry, was there something else? Tina smiled flirtatiously. I just wanted to say that lunch was really fun the other day. Aiden smiled out of the corner of his mouth. Right. No problem. It was my pleasure. Suddenly, Charlotte appeared in the doorway to Aiden's office. I'm here. Sorry to just burst in. I didn't see anyone at reception. Tina stepped out of the way, looking embarrassed. Charlotte entered the office, brushing by her and approaching Aiden. Charlotte, Shall we get started? Aiden smiled, walking over to her. He extended his hand to shake hers, but as he did, Charlotte pulled him in tight, hugging him and wrapping her arms around his shoulders. Aiden felt caught off guard. As he embraced her back, he glanced over her shoulder, spotting Tina. Tina's face was bright red. She squinted her eyes, staring at Aiden and Charlotte, a suspicious look on her face. Aiden's mind raced. Shit. How do I explain this to her? How will Tina react to seeing Charlotte and Aiden together? And what will Derek and Shane do to get revenge on Aiden and the Tiger Group?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.